Well, hi everyone. Pat Welsh and Bob McNulty here in Henderson, Nevada, here at corporate headquarters, and direct sales giant meets retail giant. And here with Bob, and Bob's got a storied career, 35 years in retail. Back in the early 80s, he started a company called Home Club and got it up to $1 billion in sales very quickly. And what really attracted me to Bob and what brought us together is his affinity for shopping and retail, but most importantly, his affinity to do it right on the internet. Shopping.com, he started in the late 90s, and in the year 2000 was bought by Compaq for hundreds of millions of dollars. And then Compaq then turns around and sells that company a year later, less than a year later, for close to $1 billion. So we've been brought together for some time now, and what's great is ShopToEarth is honored and very, very proud to be taken over by KACHING, a publicly traded company, KCKC, and to have you as our leader and our guide and the person that's going to get us to where we all need to go, and all of us to leave a great impact on society and our friends and our family, and just doing it right as you've done for all these years. So thank you for having us here.
I'm excited to have you join our team and be part of our success and take this company to another direction that we've been looking at your company for quite some time and trying to strategize how all the moving parts fit together. And Pat and I were able to do that, and we think we're on the verge of creating a retail giant, not only in the network marketing space, but also in the retail space on the internet. As some of you may or may not know, retailing on the internet is about a $185 billion business. And it's not even been touched by anybody other than Amazon.com, which leaves a great void in the marketplace for somebody that's got an extraordinary ability to capture that marketplace, not only with the affiliate program that ShopToEarth is and the green programs, but also with KACHING's retail store and how we go to market with those stores and how we're going to distribute those stores throughout the marketplace and on the internet, and how virally that will grow over the next 12 to 14, 15 months.
So we're real excited. I'm real excited for you to show everyone what when I saw you do it on the whiteboard, I went, right. Oh my God, I didn't really understand until I saw what you did. So the combination is powerful because of your strong retail background and what KACHING brings. And I want to say that in the last 5 years, since 2006, we've dialed our end in. So that combination now is a powerful thing. And if you could just show everyone what you showed me.
Absolutely. The power of what we built and where we're going with the company is extraordinary. The business model is not a traditional retail business model on the internet. And let me explain to you and show you graphically how this works. This is an extraordinary business model, and how it works is very interesting, and how it gets legs across the internet is pretty staggering in the numbers. So I'm just going to draw a diagram of what a traditional retail format on the internet looks like with one single URL and a database, and etc. So this would be the web store itself, and everybody knows that it runs off a single URL to drive traffic to a location on the internet. So this is the web store itself. And every web store has an application that sits between the web store and the application to drive the business. And then out of that, there is a database, and that database is driven by SKUs. SKU is a stock keeping unit for those of you that may not know that. So it's a single item. So right now, currently, we carry 1 million items in our database. And this is the uniqueness of what we do, and the reason why we went network marketing as opposed to traditional retail. And inside that database, the other piece that drives this is the back office, which everybody that's coming over from ShopToEarth will have a back office in their retail store. The retail store carries 1 million items, thousands of brand names, everything you'll find currently that you'll find on Amazon, so we compete directly with Amazon, Overstock, Buy.com, etc. So all of those strategies drive their traffic to one store location, and that's it. So what I was trying to think of for years is how do you create a chain store atmosphere on the internet? And the chain store atmosphere is very simple. So when I was building my company Home Club, we put up 44 stores in a little over 3 years. Each store would do about $28 to $30 million. Each store would have between 300 and 500 business associates or employees. So what you do is you develop the model, you develop the product mix, you develop the people, you do all the same things you do in network marketing, and then once you find the model that works, you might do it in a couple more markets. And once you figure out that those markets are working for you, then you just cookie cut it. So that's how we were able to build $1 billion business in 3 years at Home Club. And I was trying to figure out how to do it on the internet. So the unique thing is how the internet grows virally, how it grows not only virally, but how it grows through the shopping bots and the bots on the internet, i.e. Yahoo, Google, Bing, all of those that search out the internet, and how this exploits that model. So the interesting thing is, when we build this business, everybody gets a unique identifier as their own URL. So for example, this storefront would be associated with Pat. This storefront would be associated with Bob. This storefront would be associated with Mark. So you can start to get the picture how this grows across the internet. So I like to use the model that this grows out this way. So every identifier, every unique independent store owner has their own unique identifier to their store across the internet. So we have 1 million items today in our database. Books, DVDs, music, pet supplies, fragrances, etc., etc., etc. It goes on and on. And we're going to be adding another million over the next year or so. So it makes us unique. We're able to replicate across the internet with single URLs, which gives us a strong presence as we grow the business. But the key thing is, as we grow the business, and Pat and I have agreed that we're going to put 100,000 representatives, ISOs, independent store owners, into KACHING / ShopToEarth over the next 12 to 15 months. So let's say we do that. Let's say we hit our goal, we put 100,000 people in this business of ours, which we pay weekly, by the way. So the reps are going to get weekly pay, not monthly pay. So we put 100,000 independent people into the system, and if we have a free store option or preferred customer model that you're going to learn more about over the next few days and how that works, but that will allow us to virally grow throughout the internet. So what happens is, if we put 100,000 people in here, and each one of those only gives out 10 free stores, that means we would have 1 million storefronts across the internet. That's powerful by itself, but we understand how the mix of the products and their own specific SKU identifiers attached to their own specific URL. Let me show you what I mean by that. So in the database, we have 1 million SKUs. Each SKU has its own SKU number to it, but when the call goes through the web store or through Pat's store, through the application down to the database, it sends back that SKU number, but it attaches directly to Pat, so as an identifier to him. So on the internet, for example, if your item is picked up throughout the internet as a, let's say in our case we have the deal of the day, so Pat will post his